What's up, guys? Time to show off a sugar skull build. I have not done any of these for a while. I don't really know why, but I just haven't. And we were going through looking at some dials, looking for some color, and really liked this one, but was able to match up a strap that was almost perfectly in the same color, drab green. And since it's done in like a drab green and like a black, I did an acid aged case, bezel, crown, exhibition caseback, and preview buckle. And then this is on an HD strap that's done in a nice drab green with kind of like a butter style stitch, which goes really well with the sugar skull. And then it's got an inlay of a gunmetal or a blue gray throughout. And I thought that's pretty appropriate. Backside done in black. Did a black set of V24 hands in there. And this is backside lumed. And then I did a lollipop black seconds hand. And let's see, what else? Bezel will turn left, it'll turn right. These are just tension ring bezels. Actually, that feels a little loose. Is it loose? Not loose enough for me to pull off. It does move a little bit, but it is on there. It's clamped around there tight, so it's not coming off. What else was I going to say about this? There's something I was like holding back to say, and now I can't think of what it was. It's not coming to me, and it might not. Oh, well, this is I was going to say, this is a relatively thin strap, but I use 1.8 millimeter spring bars, so it puffs it out a little bit. So if you ever feel that it's not moving as much, just give it a little bit of pull, and then it will swing just fine. But you know, if you can get it to just sit perfectly flat if you want, or you can kind of pull it out and then it will swing. So it's just that this is so thick. So such a thick spring bar in here, which these can always be reduced into smaller spring bars. I just like that, having that extra like oomph to make sure they're held on tight. But you can always put a thinner spring bar in there, and I can throw a couple in there too, which is, if I'm saying it, I might as well do it. In case that next person goes, hey, you know what, I want to do thinner spring bars. No big deal, bro. I got you. So let's grab, I want to grab 4. That are the same. I don't know if they're 1.5s, but there's something similar to that. Grab a tiny baggie and throw them in there. So if you ever want to swap them out, you can. It would just make the leather not as puffy right there, which would mean it would not touch the case as quick. Over time, it's going to kind of wear a little bit, but there's 4 of them. Throw it down in the box. But that is the build. Drab green sugar skull. That is drab green and butter and black. Would be a better referencing on that. Bezel will turn left, it'll turn right. It does not do anything. It's just there to complete the overall look of the watch, but it is also acid etched and blackened. Automatic mechanical, you've got a rotor right there. You can see it goes left, it goes right. That is what winds your watch. But if you're not going to be very active and you're not going to move around very much, wind it just a little bit. Now you do it as you back the crown off the threads. So you hear it and feel it clicking, and at that point you can wind. And a wind is a turn that way. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it is a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and go back and forth. That for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, mixed with your rotor movement, will keep your time throughout the day. But if you are not going to be active at all, driving all day, just wind it a little bit longer. Another 4 or 5 seconds. Max out your 31-hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. You can just sit here and wind. When you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull to the 1 and only click, and you can now set your time. Does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. something on it. That is something inside right there. I see it. That's why I do these videos, though. So that is the, going to pop that open and hit it with some canned air. Yep, that's right, inside there. So I'll hit that with some canned air, get that out of there. I'm not going to redo this 5-minute video because of that. I'll just fix it myself. But you can set your time. You'll notice you've got a wobble crown that deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressures on anything. So you can see it flexes. Okay, Google, what time is it? 2:29 p.m. And you push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it back down the crown tube. And voila, that is the build. That is the build that will have that little piece less here in a moment. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads. This is going to come in a special edition BBW box. I do not have sugar skull boxes. I will work on that at some point. Maybe the next batch I'm going to make, I'll get that file and have some lids made. This is going to come with a watch foamer. This is a cleaner. It's good on all glass and metal parts. Everything here in the center, non-streaky, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber to go with it. You're also going to get some leather conditioner to keep that strap perfectly soft. If you ever feel that it's not, apply it on the front and back. Let it soak in, remove any excess. A little bit will go a long way. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's like a poly watch, and it's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. But if you do, you'll put a tiny bit of this on it. That with your color matching microfiber and buff it out. If it's still there, wait just a little bit, let that solidify and revisit it. This will remove your surface scratches that you put into that acrylic. That is the build. If it's going to you, congrats. I hope you like it. I think it came together nicely and the colors worked well. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.